Bluey is a beloved show worldwide, charming fans who enjoy the adventures of the Healer family.
It's great!
But do you know which episodes are not only amazing, but also fan favorites? The longest episode, packed with heartwarming stories, is called The Sign. It's the second to last episode of Season 3 and tells two stories. One is about Frisky and Radley's wedding, and the other is about the sale of the Healer's house and why Bluey is so upset about it. During the half-hour episode, we see a wedding that almost falls apart and a romantic reconciliation, bringing together all the characters and their families. And in a moment that makes fans jump with joy, Bluey comes to terms with the fact that she won't live near her friends anymore, and as viewers, we accept it too. But Bandit surprises everyone by pulling the for sale sign up and choosing the happiness of his family. During the wedding, we find out that Grandpa Bob is alive and that Brandy is pregnant. Everything is so perfect it feels like a happy ending, but with the promise that Bluey's adventures will continue. You know what to do. Grab your popcorn and call your pet to watch the 12 best Bluey episodes. Another Cinewave is about to begin. One of the episodes fans love the most is Space from Season 3. The story focuses on Mackenzie when he, Jack, and Rusty head to an old boat in the field. The idea is to use the boat as if it were an imaginary spaceship. Jack and Rusty want to pretend they're landing on Mars, but Mackenzie keeps running away and hiding. Mackenzie's idea is that he was abandoned by the crew. Even though his friends don't quite get the direction of the game, they go along with it. That's when we discover that Mackenzie is dealing with trauma. He believes he was abandoned by his mom one afternoon at the park, and every time he plays, the puppy feels a deep emptiness. This episode is a fan favorite because, besides being beautiful and emotional, it also manages to be funny. Viewers say that even though they feel sorry for Mackenzie, they later cry tears of joy when he overcomes his problem. They also mention that the puppy's games bring a sense of warm nostalgia, reminding us fondly of our own childhood. The final episode of Season 3 is already special because it wraps up the current season, but it gives us a wonderful sense of comfort when we see Bluey as an adult, doing well. Alongside her are Chili and Bandit, and in the end, we discover that our little blue dog has a child, who is almost certainly Mackenzie's. This makes us think that everything turned out well, and that even if we never see an animated version of adult Bluey, she and her family will remain safe and happy. The Healer family has grown, and it seems like Bandit is probably a fantastic grandpa. There's nothing more comforting than the embrace and presence of those who love us. That's exactly what Bingo feels in the episode Bedtime when Chili reads her a story about the planets in the solar system. In the story, we're all embraced by the sun's warmth. And Bingo, within this context, dreams of a space adventure alongside her stuffed bunny, Floppy. In her dream, Bingo travels through the entire solar system. During this journey, she sleepwalks out of bed. She passes by Jupiter and imagines it as her dad, Bandit's body. She feels cold without her blanket and thinks she's on icy Pluto. She forgets her toy and believes it got lost in Saturn's rings. In the end, scared and cold, she's taken to the sun, which is warm and comforting, just like her mother Chili's embrace, as she holds Bingo close to her to calm her down. This episode is so wonderful because it blends emotions with dreams and a galactic journey, all accompanied by an epic soundtrack. The special touch is how this story serves as an analogy for how growing up can be painful. A scene that represents this is when Bingo says goodbye to Floppy. And do you also have space dreams? Then comment #dreams so we can find out. The episode Grandpa, which shows the relationship between Grandpa Mort, his granddaughters, and his daughter, is one of the best Bluey episodes. In it, we see how Chili needs her dad just as much as her daughters need her. In this context, Grandpa Mort has developed a heart condition and requires special care. But Grandpa Mort just wants to have fun and spend quality time with his granddaughters. To do that, he has to escape from Chili, who only wants what's best for him, but doesn't quite understand that her dad needs to enjoy himself too. This story teaches us how the relationship between parents and children grows stronger over time, and how our parents become even more special as they get older. Plus, the episode has the power to make us think about our own family stories and even smile at the memories. That's why it's one of the best in the series.
It was yesterday.
You could say Bluey is a show that helps teach young ones how to deal with emotions. In the episode Copycat, Bluey and Bandit find an injured bird. The little dog becomes attached to the animal and rushes to the vet with her dad, but sadly, the bird doesn't make it. For older viewers, it's easier to recognize Bluey's feelings of grief, but for younger kids, there's a game of make-believe that helps Bluey work through her emotions. The episode is so playful and special that it definitely deserves a spot on the list of best Bluey episodes. Do you remember the day you took your first steps? Probably not, but your parents sure do. Baby race begins with Bluey asking if she was better than Judo at hanging from the monkey bars, but Chili explains that she should run her own race. When Bluey asks why, Chili tells a story that teaches a valuable lesson for both kids and adults. Our protagonist learns that Judo crawled and walked before she did, and her neighbor was developing faster. What Chili didn't realize at the time was that Bluey was growing at her own pace. Even when she felt sad and thought she wasn't doing well, Coco's mom reassures Chili that she just needed to understand one thing: Bluey was doing great. This episode not only teaches a valuable lesson, but also gives us a glimpse into Bluey's past when she was just a little baby. That's why it's one of the best episodes. How do animals without tails show they're happy? That's a question from Bingo, and I'll ask you. Would you like to have a tail? Don't worry, you'll understand the reason for the question in a moment. In the episode Duck Cake, Bingo's birthday is coming up, and she decides she wants a super difficult cake shaped like a duck. It's the cake that would make her happy, and her parents decide to do everything they can to make it happen, especially Bandit. However, the special thing about this episode isn't just the cake preparation, but the importance of doing something for others and the gratitude that comes with it. The two sisters made a mess in the living room with their toys, but Bluey doesn't want to clean anything up and doesn't think it's fair that she should have to. While Bandit works hard to make the cake for his daughter, Bluey thinks that tidying up the room for money is the right thing to do. But when everything goes wrong, she changes her mind and decides to help with the household chores. When Bandit thanks Bluey for her help, her tail starts wagging with joy. She understands that she's a good puppy and learns the value of gratitude. Of course, the episode aims to teach younger viewers that cleaning up is the right thing to do, but it does so in such a funny way that you'll start wanting to clean the house yourself. The episode Mounting from Season 2 is one of the best, playfully exploring the passage of life in a way that truly makes you smile. In this episode, the girls are pretending to be various animals, while Bandit and Chili are on the porch putting together a relaxing swing. Bluey takes on the role of a mother in their play, while Bingo plays the daughter. By the end of the episode, the youngest grows up and becomes an adult, while Bluey ages and moves on to paradise. It's an episode about eternal rest, but it's presented in a light, magical, and innocent way that a child can easily understand. Above all, it's a very beautiful story.
No, I'm not crying. You're crying.
Did you think I wouldn't mention Jean-Luc? Of course, the camping episode where Bluey meets her Canadian friend is one of the best in the entire series. In this episode, the little blue dog encounters another pup who is vacationing in Australia. We know that fans of the Labrador have created a ship between the two friends, and we also know they will meet again in the future beneath the shade of the tree they planted together. However, the reason this episode makes the list is that it beautifully showcases the richness of the puppy's imagination. Even though Bluey and Jean-Luc don't speak the same language, that doesn't become a barrier. This is a great way to illustrate how everyone can forge strong connections, and it also introduces one of the most beloved characters among fans, Jean-Luc. And to keep us connected, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell to receive notifications. Has an older person ever tried to teach you a game from their childhood? There are games that cross generations but are adapted for each era. In the episode Game Rules, the puppies go to their friends' birthday parties where a game takes place at every celebration. It works like this. The puppies sit in a circle, listen to music, and pass a wrapped package around. When the music stops, the person holding the package opens it and wins a simple prize. This game is well known by Lucky's dad, but when he discovers that each time the music pauses, someone wins a prize, he gets irritated. Back in Lucky's dad's day, there was only one winner and the prize was much cooler. When the parents question why Pat is so eager for the kids to play by the old rules, he explains that the new version of the game is creating spoiled pups who can't handle losing. At first, the children don't understand, but as the episode progresses, they come to realize that winning a better prize and accepting defeat when it comes is far more fun. In the episode Rain, which is almost dialogue-free, Bluey is trying to create a barrier against the water while Chili attempts to clean the house that Bluey is making messy. Chili doesn't want her daughter to come inside because she gets everything wet when she does. The episode ends with two rainbows in the sky, suggesting that Bluey and Bingo are rainbow babies and that Chili lost a child before having Bluey. It's definitely one of the most beautiful endings in the entire series featuring the little blue dog. Bluey has special episodes that fill fans with joy, and the fourth season promises even more. Now, to keep the fun going, we've chosen 2 more videos for you to watch. See you in the next video!